is Willis. I'm Mike. We're a targeted individual. I guess he's targeted too, since I'm targeted. Yeah, I know, man. It's a bummer. Trying to see out that way or what? So anyway, I'm Mike. I'm a targeted individual. I believe I've been targeted most of my life, since I was young. There's several different reasons why I think I might have been targeted. I was too young to have memories from some of it. Some of the stuff I do have memories from, I believe could have got me targeted after the research that I've done on this. I mean, there are so many things in my life that could have got me targeted. I could have been put on 20 lists in my life. From everything from the fact that, well, starting from when I was young. Yeah, that's the toughest one to talk about. When I was an infant, I believe some things happened to me that that formed my actions as a younger child. We'll just say that. There's one of the things somebody could be covering up, targeting me for. Both of my parents had secret clearances, worked in Edwards Air Force Base. Or not at Edwards, near Edwards Air Force Base. My mom was she was the head of personnel in the 80s when Ronald Reagan fired all the air traffic controllers for going on strike. So, but the facility she worked at basically was the facility for Plant 42. So any air traffic, any of the black ops that would be flying around that FAA facility would manage those flights. I remember going into that base with my mom, and it was like, you know, things are now. They'd check your trunk, they'd use mirrors, look under the car, they'd do, you know, question people in the car, even question me as a little kid sometimes. Is this your mom? You know, stuff like that. And that stuff didn't happen in the 80s. And my dad was actually a crash rescue firefighter at Plant 42, where they did the Black Ops testing, aircraft testing for a bunch of different stuff. So just those two things together right there, that could have got me targeted forever, I believe. After that, my life was just crazy. There was always something that, there's a truck just sitting there in the middle of the street. There's always something odd in my life, always some kind of odd behavior, always somebody just didn't seem quite right in my life. And when I look back now, this is just kind of standard operating procedure that these people use to gang stalk. They find a target and they use teamwork to work on that target. And I don't care if the target's a little kid, there's money involved, and they will use little skits to make you think you're crazy. And there are so many of these people out there that it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So anyway, after I go off on my tangent here, other reasons I could be a targeted individual. I eventually ended up in the military myself. I was a crash fire rescue firefighter in the Air Force for 5 years. I had a secret clearance for that job. and I was going to leave the Air Force altogether after 5 years, go start my own thing. When I tried, they knew I was a photographer. They asked me if I wanted to stay in, so I ended up going to the Defense Information School in Maryland and trained to be a multimedia illustrator. So basically I came back and worked in public affairs. It merged into public affairs, which is the Photoshop when I started, did photo, video, and broadcast journalism, and public affairs stuff after it merged to PA. During my employment there, I basically became a news junkie and learned a lot of things, spoke out a lot about a lot of things. You know, being a firefighter and watching 9/11 happen. Come on. Anyway, you know, all these different things that could have got me targeted throughout my life, and I think maybe even could have been targeted multiple times, multiple layers. So while one group was targeting me, another group was targeting me as well, and I was getting double doses of targeting. One from my history, one from my actions, you know, my mouth, whatever it may be. Observing the First, Second, and trying to observe the Fourth Amendment. It's not working out so well for me. So those are just some of the reasons that I believe I am targeted. It could be just completely random. You know, who knows? But I believe that there are some specific reasons why I'm targeted. There's some people that don't want me to talk about this because it affects them personally, getting caught doing something that they know is wrong. And they've tried to put me into situations to make me look bad so many times that I cannot believe that I've made it this far not knowing that I was targeted. I cannot believe that I am where I am right now. I'm not in the greatest position ever, but I just think somebody, a lot of other people that would be put in my position wouldn't have made it this far. Some would have made it further, very few. I don't know what else to say right now. Just wanted to say that I am being targeted. It's affected my kids horribly. They have to deal with this, deal with me. I'd say it cost me my marriage, but the lady I was married to was a gang stalker. That was 9 years of being stalked and sabotaged. That's a whole nother topic, whole nother book, whatever. Signing out. Say bye, Willis. Say bye.